welcome to Racing VTuber Rundown, your weekly podcast for all things racing VTuber news and events. I'm Kaito NASA, and with me in the studio today, it is someone who needs no introduction within the community, but I'm going to ask for one anyways.
Hi, iMentrix. Oh God.
It's all falling apart. We're professionals, but it's all falling apart. It's Mentrix.
Don't worry, we are professionals.
Do not try this at home. For those of you who know, Mentrix is the one behind the Racing VTuber Clips channel. And I have a question on that, actually.
Okay. Ask the question.
How did you start, like, with the idea of the of making a clip channel for just racing VTubers?
Okay, the thing is, how it actually started is kind of interesting, actually. Because the first time I actually heard of clip compilations was a German VTuber clip channel, actually. Who did like clip compilations? That was, I think, back in 2021, and I don't think that channel is active at this point anymore. So yeah, it's kind of dead. A few, like, I think a year or so later, I thought, hey, you know what? Let's try just for racing VTubers. Like, I actually had a talk with like one fellow racing VTuber back then, on the idea that I wanted to do this, and well, let's just say I had my doubts back then, actually.
Really?
Yeah. The big problem about myself is actually let's just say, I begin stuff and can't really follow through most of the time. You remember the manga that I was trying to do?
Yeah.
I haven't continued it after, I think, page 5 or 6. So that I don't know if I may even be able to finish that one.
No. You know what it is? You're just going to release those first few pages, and then it's an indefinite hiatus from the author, like every other manga.
Okay. I mean, I have some ideas for that thing, but the problem is, I think, hey, I can do this tomorrow.
Oh God, the procrastinator brain. I struggle with it myself.
Yeah, it's I have an idea. I do a bit of stuff for it, and then I think,
I could do this another time. I'm tired. Yeah. I was at work.
Yeah, basically that.
the struggles of being a content creator, but also having like for me in my case, having ADHD.
I mean, me too. You and me both, man.
The struggles of being a content creator with ADHD. I can work on this thing. I no longer have the motivation to work on this thing because of other stuff. Random 3 a.m. I have a thought for a new thing.
Again, I do have the idea to still finish it. I just don't know when I'll be able to. That's the thing. I kind of do. The thing is that a comic or manga, I don't know.
I mean, it's technically a comic too. Like, a manga is just a comic.
Technically, yes. Let's be honest about this. Let's be honest.
It's just manga is just, typically Japanese or Japanese-inspired art style comics. I'm gonna get a lot of hate in the comments section for that now.
Oh God,
I can already see the like to dislike ratio is no longer gonna be 100% like it's always been.
Oh no. Yeah, the thing is, I do have some ideas for it, and actually I did want to at least include the full this season, the full Vtrek season into it. It's just I didn't even finish race 1 yet. I didn't even really get to the start yet of the race. I was just on the formation lap at the moment.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Hey, on the plus side, you'll have all of off season to do that whenever off season comes around.
That is true, though. That is true.
I mean, there's got to be some kind of like V-Track content whenever there's no V-Track for like a few weeks.
Yeah, that is actually true. That is actually true. So yeah, I'll see if I can actually,
we're big braining it right now.
Yeah, I mean, again, I have some ideas. It's just how it will pan out in the end will be the deciding factor. Because again, I'm just one person and splitting up between many things at this point.
This is why I got an editor. This is why I got an editor for these episodes, because now I can focus on streams, and if I decide to, I can focus on other videos.
Yeah, I don't really have that luxury.
Oh god, yeah. No, I have an editor finally. I can actually afford to do other stuff now and it still be consistent with RVR, and I don't have to worry about trying to get it out on time because it's just the editor. Oh god, we love you. We love you, Soul. Oh man. No, I love this because we talk a lot because I'm not overstepping by saying we're friends now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like making sure I don't want to overstep and be like, are we friends or just acquaintances now? I don't know. We're full on friends at this point because we've done like watch alongs of like other videos and stuff, and I'm just like, yes. And I'm just like it always deteriorates into laughing about certain things.
I mean, yeah, that is true. That is true.
Oh man. Oh no, I have another question.
Yeah.
The phone. How did that start?
Oh god.
Because everyone knows you as the phone. Everyone knows you as the phone.
Okay. The way this all started was back then, I think, mid to late 2021, I think. Back then I was actually like doing Sbinnala memes about racing VTubers. That was and uploaded them on Twitter. Some of them are still actually on YouTube.
Oh, no way.
Yep, you remember the Prone to Be Koto video?
Yes!
That was on Twitter originally. That's how it all started.
That's how it all started. The power of the phone began.
Yes.
Now it's like kind of evolved. You have like the phone, but like now there's also because of the meme that I made, the spin note.
Yeah, I still have to include that one. I still have to. I kind of have to. I just don't know how.
There's got to be some good idea for it. We're waiting for the oh my gosh, I'm mispronouncing words. The right time to let it debut. It's cooking.
I'll have to see how to, because again, it's way easier to do it with the phone because you don't have to show the name being written down, you know.
Oh yeah. I always just thought well, I guess you can't because copyright stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I could, in the end, I could just make a laptop out of it, but you know, it's a spin notebook now.
Yes. It's been upgraded. We're using technology now. Oh man. Spin note? No. Spin notebook. Oh god, this is like the Drake meme. I'm gonna have to make that now. I'm gonna have to make like a spin notebook and just make that meme and just give it to you.
Yes. Yes.
I love that, like, one of the things that we do is like bounce ideas off of each other, because I think we've done that a couple of times too in like other like calls and stuff. Like we've bounced ideas off of each other. Oh god, and now I have to Why am I saying like, oh god, do I have the time to do it? I have the time to do it now. I'm gonna have to work on that now. That's something I'm gonna work on. Have you ever found yourself like running out of time to do stuff that you want to work on?
Technically, yes. I mean, the thing is, I had like one time, I think that was back in 2022. You know, I had a time where I didn't really have time to make the clip videos until like I think 2023. And yeah, I think there was like 6 to 7 months of nothing, other than maybe streams. And yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that was between episode 4 and 5.
Oh yeah. I remember seeing like a long gap in when I was doing my little watch along on stream before. I don't think I ever mentioned it, but like I did kind of notice there was a gap.
I'm not really sure why exactly it happened, actually. But I think it was mostly motivation and time, I think.
Okay.
Though I'm not entirely sure at this point. I may be a little bit dumb sometimes.
Have you ever had like a massive burnout from like the clips channel, like just where you just had like a whole moment of just like, I'm not working on this right now?
Wow, that's actually a good question. Mostly that is from the stuff that I actually try to do on my main channel, which I still haven't uploaded for like I think like a year or two now.
Dude,
and the OG channel that I was doing before I was even a VTuber, that one is dead since.
Oh god, we don't. Oh god,
2021,
no.
I think.
Oh. No, okay.
3 years now.
All right, no, I gotta say, because I feel that struggle. You know why? Because before I started doing this podcast, this YouTube channel was just dead. It was like a video maybe once every year, maybe. And then I started doing the podcast, and it's like weekly or like every 2 weeks there's a video now, and it's like, yes, the channel's not dead. And like there's also the channel I had before I became a VTuber, which we're not gonna talk about. That's been dead. That's been dead since like 2018. Not that I was consistent on that one to begin with, but that one's been dead for a while.
Yeah.
God. Oh man. It's weird because as a VTuber, and I don't know if you've noticed it too, but it's like there's the time, like you separate your content creation journey as like the time before being a VTuber and then the time of being a VTuber, you know?
Yeah, that's actually true.
Like, have you ever like done that to yourself? Like, because I do it all the time. I'm like, oh yeah, in my past life before being a VTuber.
I mean, I don't usually say it like that, but like I just usually don't talk about that time at all. Actually,
I mean, I try not to, because you know my immersion.
My immersion.
But my immersion. Immersion shattered. There's one story I share that I have shared many times on stream of like oh yeah, in a past life before I was a VTuber, and I don't know if you've ever heard the story.
I don't think I did.
So here's gonna be a fun story drop. I don't think I've ever shared it on YouTube either. It's only ever been on the streams, which those VODs are gone now because I keep forgetting to save the VODs and putting them on like a VOD channel or something. But I used to do comic dubs, and I went to a convention that was local to my area, and
no. Oh no! Why do I have the feeling I feel like I know where this is going to. Continue.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Like, oh, I've never heard this before, but I think I know where this is going, and I'm already terrified. Oh no, I was so I had done like 3 or 4 comic dubs, and it was MLP comic dubs.
Mhm.
Specifically, it was MLP comic dubs because at the time I could do a I don't know if my mic can pick it up that well, but I used to be able to do a really good button mash impression. So I did comic dubs for like button mash comics. And I went to this convention. It was in my town, and they hosted it like every year. And I went to this convention. I was hanging out with some friends, and I think it was day 2 of the convention. Day 1, no problem. It was just, hanging out, having a good time. It was day 2 of the convention. It was a Sunday. And
did someone recognize you?
Yes, I was talking to a friend of mine, and we were just hanging out upstairs because like the convention center had 2 floors. And this dude is like, "Wait a minute, I know your voice. You're Button Mash." I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" And just immediate went for a hug. And I'm like, "Okay, this is fine. I'm not used to this, but okay."
This is fine.
I'm just
this
like,
is fine.
I'm just like, okay, I know some people, just go in for the hug at random when they meet someone that they've, that they like as a content creator, kind of a don't really do that, but it's like, okay, I don't want to be seen as rude. Cause usually it's like you ask first,
Yeah.
unless it's like a friend that you've known for a while. And even then, I'm like, I'm going to ask first because I've never met this person in person before.
That is just,
It gets worse. It gets worse.
It gets worse?
It gets worse.
Oh, God.
So they start chatting with me and stuff. And I notice that there's a panel that I want to go to and see. So I'm like, I'm going to go to this panel. And he follows me. And he's chatting with me.
Oh, no.
I'm like, "Hey, man, yeah, I'm gonna go see this panel. I'll see you later, maybe."
And he still follows you?
Yeah, he goes into the panel, and he's trying to have this conversation with me while the panel's going on, and I'm like trying to whisper. I'm like, "Mate, there's a panel going on right now. This is not the best time for a conversation. We can talk after the panel's done."
Oh no.
And it gets worse.
Oh God.
It gets worse. So then the end of the panel starts, and they start, how like a lot of times at the end of a panel they'll do like a Q&A session.
Oh no.
Wait,
it gets worse.
This dude straight up tries to advertise my then YouTube channel.
Oh no.
To the panel guests, and I'm sinking into the chair like, "Please don't see me. Please don't see me. Please don't see me." Because he's sitting like right behind me as he's doing this. And I'm just like, please don't bring attention.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, that is just okay. Okay, I'm out of here.
And then like at the end of the panel, he kept on trying to insert himself into the friend group because I was like trying to hang out with one of my friends for the rest of the like time for the convention, right? So he's like trying to self-insert himself
the fuck
into the friend group, and I'm just like, this is like, I had like maybe 30 subs at the time, right? No, I had like 15.
God.
I had like 15 at the time, and I'm like, I don't want to be seen as an asshole, I don't want to be seen as that guy who's like not appreciative of their smaller community. But at the same time, there's gotta be some limits, man.
Oh God.
I end up the next day, because this dude is like responding to everything on my socials at the time.
Oh God, so basically it's a stalk at this point.
I reach out to this other content creator. I don't know if she's still active or not. But she was another VA in the fandom. And I reach out to her, and I'm like, "Hey, I've heard that you've had issues with this guy before. Help? Do you have any advice?" So basically, like, she helps me, like, "Oh yeah, no, this dude, yeah, he is, like, if you don't get on top of it, he will be super creep."
Oh God.
So I eventually had to like talk to the guy in DMs. I'm like, dude, listen, you're kind of overstepping some boundaries. This isn't cool. This is in Twitter DMs. Cause he was like trying to DM me like every single day. And I'm like, dude, you're like overstepping, like majorly overstepping. It's gotta stop.
Oh my God.
I'm like, I appreciate the support and all, but like this is getting to be too much, man.
Oh my God.
But I was like, I don't want to seem like a jerk because I don't want to phrase it wrong. I don't want to be a jerk, you know. But like this is making me uncomfortable. But I look back on it now, and it's funny to look back on. And if they ever find this video, I'm not making fun of them. I'm making fun of the experience because it was so like out of left field for me.
It's weird. It's weird.
So that's the weird story I bring up of like the before VTuber time every now and then.
I mean, it is eventful. I'll give it that.
Oh man, that was like the one time where I was like, do I need to consider moving because I don't know if they're following me home.
Oh my God.
They were not, but I was paranoid. I was like looking through my rearview mirror every like 2 minutes because I drove to the convention. Yeah. Yeah, that happened. That was that was an event and a half.
Yeah. It was one of the moments of all time.
And this is how my origin of being a villain started.
It's the OG villain story.
It's like that, and also like Twitter bots is the reason why I don't really look at my Twitter DMs anymore unless I start them or if it's like someone I know. Like if I could go back onto their profile and like look and see if they've posted other things other than like the standard like bot messages of like commissions and stuff, then I'm like, okay, I know who this is. I know who this is, or I've seen their content before. I can open this. This is safe.
I mean, that's Twitter, to be honest.
Which
that's
I don't really.
Just Twitter.
I only use it here and there now. I'm like, I think after today I'm fully migrating over to BlueSky.
Yeah.
Granted, there's some creators on Twitter that are I still follow that are not doing the switch over yet.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see how this goes.
I mean, worst case scenario, it's just like another social media I have to try and keep on track of. Good luck with that.
Yeah, I mean, at least it's better than the other Twitter clone.
Oh, the one that like Facebook made?
No. You remember that VTuber VTuber.me? You remember that one?
No.
Oh.
No, I don't think I've ever heard of it.
That is basically more or less a Twitter alternative for VTubers, actually.
Really?
But from what I'm seeing, it's kind of dead at this point.
Oh, okay.
Though to be honest, it was to be expected.
I mean, the cool thing with BlueSky is that
it's not only VTubers.
Yeah,
that's why it's surviving.
Yeah, it's not only VTubers, but also like they know what they are, and they like are sticking with their identity of like, yeah, we know we're like Twitter.
Yeah. The thing is, if you're doing a platform just for VTubers, it's usually not really. How do I say it without sounding like an asshole? Usually, if you do something like that and just do it for VTubers, it's usually not going to be that successful. Let's say it like that.
I think the only one
because viewers of VTubers are not typically VTubers, I'd say. So that might be a problem.
I think the only one that has but it's also because like you can go to the site and commission for stuff that's not even like VTuber related. Vgen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because that's basically like Fiverr, but like 100% only for like artists and riggers and stuff. But like you can have it, and it's not even just like VTubers. Like you can find like commission art pieces that you could just commission, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why Vgen, even though it's advertised as primarily a VTuber centered like marketplace,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why Vgen thrives. On top of some other things.
Yeah. The thing is, VTubing itself is not something like how should I say it? Not everyone really wants to actually be a VTuber, and
it's niche.
Yes,
it's very niche, and there are still people that do not like VTubers.
Yeah, definitely.
That's crazy to me though too. Is like there's people out there that don't like VTubers just because they're VTubers, you know?
Yeah, that actually is the case, and I've seen some of them actually on Twitter for some reason.
Wait,
and
what?
Some of them actually.
You have?
I did actually see some people on Twitter, oh god, I don't know how to I don't know how to form a coherent sentence right now. For example, I did see some YouTube videos where they were talking about VTubers and how they don't like them. That these videos do exist, and I find some of them kind of funny because you remember, because some of them are commentary channels, and you know what a lot of commentary channels have?
Drama?
PNGs.
Oh, PNGs. Yeah.
And what are PNGs? What can PNGs be, you know?
PNG tuber.
Exactly. That was what I was going for.
PNG tuber, you're one of us.
Yeah. Again, it's okay not liking VTubers, that's not the problem. It's being like actually completely hostile towards them which is the problem in my opinion.
Oh no, agreed. Like I like to each their own. Not like literally I'm like if you don't like, you know, VTuber content, that's, you know, you do you, I'ma do me kind of thing. My whole thing is when you get actively hostile because someone is a VTuber. That's when I'm like this crosses a line. This is not okay.
Because I actually was like watching a stream of someone, and then someone like that came into that chat.
Oh god.
I've seen that happen already with that. And it's the cringiest bullshit I've ever seen. I'm being honest.
Oh god, that reminds me of a Left 4 Dead 2 stream I was doing. And this like one dude came into my chat and was like, "You're not a real man." And I'm like, "Dude, yeah. What are you talking about?"
To be honest, now I have to say I've seen that twice already before. Like the one time was that streamer that was that other VTuber which was pretty recently actually. And then there was a moment on Shike Hawkins' stream when he was playing ACC, and some man into the chat and wrote something along the lines of what you've got.
Those are always funny to read because it's just like, dude, what are you talking about? I'm just enjoying a game. Why are you here if you don't like this?
It's just weird.
That's just one of the ones where it's like, you're not supposed to feed the trolls, but sometimes it's funny if you do.
It's yes.
So I'm like, do I feed the troll or do I just ignore them and they leave eventually? Because I kind of want to just, because you can farm them for content.
That's the funniest thing. I feel like sometimes they don't realize that.
Sometimes they do though. Sometimes they do, and that's like their goal is like they'll act like such an anti. Sometimes I've noticed this. Some people act like a massive anti to VTubers because they want the attention and to be made into content. Yeah, but then you get
Okay.
the one that's like genuinely hating on them, and then they get turned into content too, which makes it funny.
I mean, yes, yes.
I'm genuinely, I will say, I am genuinely surprised with the racing VTuber clips, and I think it's just because YouTube algorithm is YouTube algorithm.
Mhm.
I've always seen like on other clip channels like that one guy, right? Just that one guy that makes the VTubers comment. I've not seen that on the racing VTuber clips channel though. I'm like
Not yet.
pleasantly surprised.
I mean, it's just not yet. It probably will come at some point.
True.
I mean, it's not gonna be like that, like this forever. Sadly,
No, and
I wish it would be.
I know that there's some sim racers too that like don't look at like racing VTubers as legit because
Yeah.
they're VTubers. They're not legit sim racers. I've heard that.
Yeah,
I've heard that
that's-
sentiment somewhere.
Really? Because I didn't actually
I think
till now.
I think I've heard it once, but I can't remember where.
Hmm. Okay.
But
Because
it's like
I mean,
it's
what
like
makes it different
yeah.
to me? What really makes it different, in my opinion?
I don't know.
I don't really see an actual difference, to be honest.
I don't
And
either.
if having a model that you use to stream really is that difference, then I don't know what to tell you.
I mean it's like when I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyways because it's my podcast and I don't care. YouTube can't hurt me. I'm not monetized anyways. But it's like when Project Melody started on the not Twitch channel, how she had like a ton of like kickback because like the other models on that service were upset with her because she was using a VTuber model, and here they are using a live cam. And it's like, that's your fault. That's your fault for not being not being engaging and like finding new ways to evolve the medium.
I mean, that's on them, to be honest.
I'm just like, that's on you. That ain't Melody's fault. That's on you.
Yep. Agreed.
Oh god. Have you ever like looked at a video on the Racing VTuber Clips channel and been like, this is the peak?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a really good question. Oh god. At the moment, I think. At the moment, I feel like episode 30 might be that peak at the moment, but I'm not too sure right now because I'm still working on episode 31.
Right, because the HoloLive is a special episode. It's not in the main. It's not the main line.
and someone in the comments wrote, "This is basically episode 31," and I thought like, should I call this episode 32 now? Because technically it's not. I don't want to call it that.
No. It's like it's a, what is it? Like the anime, it's a side story. It's the side story. It's like when they did the spin-off for the Gun Gale anime from Sword Art. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. Same universe. Same universe, alternate like storyline.
Yep. I mean, technically, it's still. I don't know if I should even call the Racing VTuber clips a story because it's. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I should call this a story.
We joke about it being a cinematic universe, though.
Yeah, technically yes. But I'm sometimes not sure if we should do that, because while it technically does have a continuous, it does. At least I think it does.
The phone does. The phone does.
Yes. First, it was just text-to-speech. Then someone stole the phone. Then someone else got the phone.
Now Jojo has the phone.
Got the phone.
Yeah. Now Jojo's got the phone, and you've become the phone. I don't know how that happened.
That's a very good question.
I'm like, I could see Connie or me being the phone, considering we're both AIs, but I'm like, Mentrix is the phone?
Maybe I was the AI all along. Maybe, who knows?
Deep diving into the Mentrix lore.
I still don't have a lore yet, to be honest. I don't have one for myself.
It's literally just VTuber that
like,
races is your lore.
Technically, yes, that is at the moment. I kind of wish I would have a more interesting story, but like first of all, I'm pretty shit at storytelling. Let's be honest, it is the truth. I'm shit at storytelling.
I don't believe that for 1 second. You can't make me believe that.
It's just I don't know how to even do that type of story, because I see lore videos and I think like, how should I even do this?
Oh God, same though.
Because I do have some ideas, I'll be honest, but like I don't even know where to begin. I'm being honest.
I mean, Tarlz started by basic. The episode's not out, so you haven't heard it yet. But the last episode, Tarlz was sharing their lore, and they basically went backwards from they found a pun that they liked.
As long as the atom is not part of it, it's fine.
No, it was basically they liked bartender, so that's how they designed their current model, is just as Dog Boy as a bartender.
Mm-hmm.
But like their lore, they started off as like a mercenary pilot that liked racing, and then like that evolved into like the race queen outfit. And then like Tarlz was like, well, I like the bartender idea. So then like retconned into always being a dog boy. Just that the dog ears were hidden underneath the helmet. I mean, I'm guilty. I kind of did the same thing with my cat ears. I'm like, I've retconned my lore to be like, oh yeah, no, the cat ears have always been under the bucket hat. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh God, but lore writing is so hard. I don't know how you do it in the racing VTuber clips videos with the lore with the phone.
It's usually just, hey, I have this idea. Let's see if the clip allows it, and then let's see if I could maybe write a little bit of script. Then I ask around for people. Hey, could you voice act for that? And then I'll just see how could I make the joke work.
Oh
that
God!
Is basically how all of this happens usually.
Oh God, that reminds me, because we talked about it like when the episode first went live, but for the podcast, like the voice acting for the Suzuka with Renai, because you had someone else originally that was gonna voice act in it, and then you got Renai, and you were like the silence. Explain that one. Explain that one for the podcast, because it's so good. It's such a great story.
Actually, the idea once I had Renee as the voice actor, the idea for when I heard her as one of the voice actors, I thought because it's the lines she gave me, it sounded a bit like I don't know. It sounded a little bit like no.
It had that sultry voice to it.
Yes. Yes. And I was like, technically already I had someone else had given me the idea for the pause because I didn't have the voice lines just yet, And then someone else found that, I think that was Fraps actually, who found that pause actually so funny that he told me, you have to keep that pause in as well.
Yeah.
And then I just had to think, and then that line came in and I was like, because how the line sounded, and how the line sounds, how it sounds, it was like, let's have everyone be like shaking my head. and then
That awkward silence of
yes, and then Isaac's just like, good to know.
That was my favorite bit of it too. Was just Isaac just like, good to know. Just like that too. It was so
I feel
good.
like most people don't really get that joke because it's not entirely obvious.
It was so good. it just was on, it was when and then just that awkward silence was just like Isaac, good to know. Oh man. Is there any like VTuber that you've ever watched that you've wanted to have on the clip channel that you haven't had yet on the clip channel?
Oh, that's a good question because like just the clip or maybe the voice as well? What do you mean?
Both.
Both. Oh god.
And they can be a different answer for for the clip and then of the voiceover.
Video, oh god, in the videos. Let me think. Oh god, I have to think. Oh no, I have to think.
Thinking is hard. I'm a VTuber. I'm not supposed to think.
My brain is big. Okay, who could it be right now? Like video in terms of getting into the racing VTuber clips itself, just by a clip, would be Aurora, the Mercedes. Right now, because mostly I wish she even sent me a clip right now, but the thing is, to me there is nothing really happening in that clip per se. I will try and see if I find something, but I just, because I've seen the tweet that the answer to I think one of my tweets, I think. Like, she wants to be in the compilation, but like I still don't 100% know how to do that. Voice and with voice, I feel like I feel like it's obvious who I would love to have like as voice acting there.
I have a guess.
You guess.
And it's the answer is the same that to the question that I got about who I want on the podcast. I'm not wrong, am I? I'm not wrong, am I?
Say it.
Say the line, Kaito. That's what it feels like. Kiri Kilovolt.
Yes. I mean, I would love to have that happen, but I know it's not gonna happen.
I mean, you don't know.
I'm not sure. It just doesn't seem likely to me. Given she's an agency VTuber, and given that even if she wanted to, I feel like her management would have to allow it. So I don't see it happen, at least anytime soon.
All right, here's a question.
Yeah.
Here's a question related to Kiri.
Okay.
Because you've sent a ton of livery submissions to their car wrap review.
You've seen that one answer string on the tweet.
Yes. I can't wait to see what Kiri's response to that's going to be.
I actually made that I think on the course of at least most of them on the course of I think 2 to 3 days. It's like, I'm not even kidding.
I actually submitted one for a change. I submitted one for a change. I usually don't ever submit anything, and I just on a whim I was like, oh, let me add the one that I made for that NASCAR league I was in.
It's like I don't know. I was just like, let's open the floodgate.
Kiri makes the tweet. Kiri makes the tweet. Mentrix sitting there like, yes, open the floodgates.
I mean, I'll be honest. I'll even be happy if she just sees the fourth picture of the first livery. Sweet, sweet revenge.
For those of you that
Because-
don't know, Mentrix is a massive Opel fan. If you've not seen the first episode of the podcast.
And she rated Opel badly. That was like, what can I do?
I saw
Maybe
that.
do.
I saw that tweet too, where she had put it, and I forget. Actually, was it on the stream? I don't remember. I have to look back at the VOD. But I remember first seeing like Kiri's opinion on Opel, and I was like, "Oh, Mentrix is not going to like this."
Oh.
I was like, "Oh no." So Mentrix now has revenge.
Yes, I have my sweet, sweet revenge now.
Oh God! But going back on topic,
Yes.
because you've submitted so many, would you be surprised if you ever got onto Starsprint?
I would be surprised actually, because again, from what I've seen, usually only big VTubers come in there, and let's be honest, I'm not really. I'm not even in the picture. Not even close. Not even close.
Oh my God, that makes two of us, man. That makes two of us.
I mean, if anyone, I would probably rather think that like people like Resco or people like
Ruby.
Lithium Fox.
Oh yeah, Lith.
And maybe Ruby would come in there, but like definitely not me. Definitely not me.
See, I would think Ruby because Ruby is, Ruby's now signed with Samantha Tan Racing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like something that like Kiri can talk about.
Definitely.
Reska because it's Reska. Reska's been in the racing VTuber scene since the beginning.
Technically, I think it was basically on the same time I started, basically.
Really?
At least I think, because I started in I think March, April of 2021.
Oh God, y'all are making me feel old now.
I think Reska started around the same time as me, if I'm correct about this.
I want to say yes. Because I think I remember.
Let me see. I'm. You know what? I'm just gonna search it up. We are professionals, guys. We are professionals.
Yes, we are absolutely professionals. But I think you're right because I think I remember hearing hearing that Reska was like did VTubing starting in 2021. I'm like, I'm over here starting in 2020. I feel like I'm old compared to everyone that's like a racing VTuber. Even though I didn't start being a racing VTuber until like April of this year.
Oldest. Oh God, I need to see. Where is that? Because because he definitely did have a debut stream, if I'm correct. Maybe it's on Who Wants a Soda, maybe?
Maybe.
Let me see. Because I cannot find a debut stream.
I keep forgetting that he's like a part of Who Wants the Soda sometimes. So I'm just like, oh yeah, it's Reska.
Let me see. There we go. Let's see if there is. I'm pretty sure. No, there is not even. There's no stream.
Oh no.
Oh God. Okay, that makes my that makes my job a lot harder.
That makes my job harder.
God damn it, Reska, why are you doing that? Are you doing that to me?
Oh God, that reminds me. I need to actually like archive my 2.0 debut whenever that happens, because like that'll actually be a debut and not the train wreck that was my first stream.
Okay, the oldest stream that I can find is from. Okay, that is definitely not the first stream. Definitely not. That was on the 8th of on the 8th of August 2021. That cannot be right. That cannot be right.
Wait, go to his Twitter, because it usually says when they join Twitter, right?
Yeah, let me see. Let me see. We
We are doing some live research. Don't worry about
Detective.
it.
We're doing the detective work.
Yes.
Guys, you guys. We are doing the detective work, you guys. Okay. Okay. The account was started in March of 2021.
Okay, so it wouldn't be too far-fetched to say that like there was a debut stream around March or April.
Probably, yeah, but I cannot find it, so maybe it didn't even exist and I'm just imagining things. I don't know. Could also be the case. Wouldn't be the first time.
We're all just figments of the imagination. That's what we are.
I maybe had too many shrooms. I don't know.
Oh god. Racing VTuber Rundown does not condone the use of shrooms. Please do not ingest unless you know that they are of the healthy variety. This is just like every time Jordan comes on, I have to be like, Racing VTuber Rundown does not condone drinking and driving. If you do drink and drive, make sure the driving is done on a virtual racetrack only.
Oh god.
Oh god. I have here's one for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about adding a clip from a racing view? Words. My brain is becoming fried. That was as bad as the Mirai car at Le Mans, where with the fried chicken. Oh god.
Chicken?
Chicken.
What's the matter, Colonel? Chicken?
Oh god. No, have you ever thought about having a clip on the channel from a racing VTuber that wasn't them racing?
I thought about that, but like, to be honest, it's I don't know.
It just wouldn't feel right.
It doesn't feel right.
That's fair.
Because the whole point of the channel was, hey, let's show VTubers who play racing games. That was basically the reason. And that's for me to be honest, just being racing themed isn't really enough for me to put them in the clip videos.
No, that's fair.
I know that sounds. And I know some people will not be satisfied with that answer. I know that, but my channel, my rules.
Man's literally said, "My house, my rules."
I'm sorry, but like, what am I what am I supposed to say?
Man's literally over here saying, "My house, my rules."
Again, because I do know that maybe some people do not like that answer.
I mean, it's a valid answer though. Like, because like it makes sense. Like, I was just like, let me just throw this out here just to see why, racing themed VTuber, but not actually racing. But that makes sense to me. It's like, yeah, because you'll like honestly, like you would miss out on me because I'm not, particularly racing themed. But I did an ACC stream and I ended up being on the Clips channel from that stream.
I came.
Excuse me, what?
Pronto, Kaito. I've heard you say it's a weird shit.
So, I don't see the problem here.
I have to say them. Now I have to say the magic word.
Wait.
I do not even know the full script anymore. God damn it.
Oh god, I remember watching that for the first time, and I was just like, wait, I've made it on a clip channel. Did I make it? Because that was my first ever time at like being clipped and like having that be on like a clip channel. And I remember showing my brother, I was like, this is so cool. Have you ever had someone like that was on the clip video like come up to you and like share that same thought of like, this is so cool?
I mean, I think it happened a few times, I think. I just cannot pinpoint a specific one. That's the thing, because I don't know, it's usually I usually think, hey, that's what I'm doing. It's, you know, I'm doing basically what I think is right in this case.
You are
So-
doing God's work for the racing VTubers.
Oh god, now it sounds weird. God damn it.
Okay, I'll see myself out. I made it weird. I made it awkward, guys. It's my fault. I'm sorry. No, because I remember like Kiri even mentioning, like, when you first submitted that first car rap, where Kiri gave you the shout out.
I mean, it was a weird moment for me, to be honest.
Well, like, how is that from your perspective?
Like, let's say I first thought that maybe it's just, hey, because she saw that one clip on Twitter, and that's it. But after like the second time like that shout out happened, I was like, okay, what the fuck is happening? Again, it is a interesting turn of events. Let's say it like that. I fear what is happening. Like in the next few weeks, if the car rap review comes.
Oh,
you know?
I'm so excited to see what Kiri's gonna say.
I kind of expect her to curse me for that McLaren livery. I feel like
It's funny.
I mean,
I don't think she'll curse you just for the Opal thing, but maybe for flooding the requests.
Yeah, that's what I'm fearing as well. I might have overdone it.
You may have overcooked a little bit there.
now it's all carbon.
Oh man. Did you ever see yourself making that many liveries?
Actually not. I just had one livery, then I thought, hey, let's do it about a few other VTubers. Then for some reason I thought, hey, Raygun is a good anime. Let's do a Raygun livery.
Okay,
Don't ask me.
But in your defense, Railgun is a really good anime.
Yes, it's way better than Index in my opinion.
Oh no, agreed, absolutely agreed. And if there's anyone that disagrees, my channel, my rules, fight me. My channel, my rules. This is my podcast. Fight me.
I'll be honest. It kind of got me into the anime game in the first place, actually. Because I saw I saw the first. I don't know exactly how I found it, but yeah, I found it, and then I thought, hey. That anime that is being shown there, that looks interesting. How is let's look into it. And like in the end, I was like, hey, when is season 3 coming out?
every
that was like in 2008. That was like in 2018.
Every anime fan's nightmare. When's the next season?
And I mean, in the end, 2020 came, and yeah, T came out.
I know there's like fans of like No Game No Life that are still like, when is season 2? This isn't fair.
There are a lot of animes that have that problem.
Oh god. For the longest time it was The Devil's a Part-Timer. There was also I know MF Ghost, I think, too. No, MF Ghost announced that there was a season 2. Never mind.
I mean, to be honest, I have to say, I didn't watch MF Ghost, and the thing is, from the premise itself, I feel like, at least to me, stuff like Overtake is more appealing to me, to be honest. Yeah, and don't get me started on what was the other. What was like the third show, the third racing anime that was coming out like I think this year.
I don't remember. I know there was MF Ghost. Initial D is like the one that started
Yeah,
it all.
I know.
So it was like Initial D, MF Ghost. The only other racing one I know, like with cars, is High Speed.
High Speed Etoile. That one was that one I meant.
Yeah, High Speed
The
Etoile.
problem with it is I don't like how the story is. I don't like how a lot of it is. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Especially since the main character shouldn't even be in a racing series to begin with. Let's be honest.
She does not belong in a race car.
Oh god, now it's out. Now you made it weird. God damn it.
But not like that. Not like that. You know what I mean. Not like that.
I mean, let's be honest. If you cannot understand the rules,
that's what I meant. That's what I meant. If you can't understand the rules, then you shouldn't be in the car.
Yes, definitely. And that is, I don't know what the story because as far as I know it's an original anime, not a manga based anime.
Yeah.
Or something like that. It's original. So I don't know what the writers were smoking. I'm sorry for saying that like that.
No, I agree. I have no idea.
So yeah, it's a weird thing because how should I say it? Like the protagonist is like, I'm a gamer now. I'm a racer, and oh shit, I don't know how the rules work. That is just a weird ass premise for like something that is like, at least it seems to me that the racing series itself that is portrayed there is actually actually like something that actually has like investors and stuff. And it just sounds weird that someone who doesn't even know the rules, had no prior experience with actual racing, can just get into there. To me it doesn't sound like modern stuff.
Wait,
it sounds like
no, it's happened. It happens in real life. Never mind. This anime's too realistic.
Wait, what?
Yeah, like, because you were saying like, oh yeah, this is no prior like idea with the rules or experience or whatever. I can literally name one person right now.
Interesting. Name it to me.
Lance Stroll.
Yeah. That is I do one better.
Okay.
Yuji Ide.
Wait, what? Say it again?
Yuji Ide.
Ah.
Got only 3 races and then got banned, I think.
Just not even just left them, just straight up banned from the sport.
Got his super license revoked.
Oh my god. How do you end up being banned after 3 races? You know what? I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Josh Revel actually made a good video at that, so I can recommend that. Okay,
I'll have to check that out. I'm kind of scared though, because I'll be honest, I'm finding out more lore, and like the other like last week I was finding out about racing VTuber lore.
Interesting.
And I found out about the lore behind the multi-kill.
Oh no.
Like, Isaac legitimately sent me the link to the stewarding sheet for that race.
Oh god, I think I know what is meant. Oh no. Is it like the one race where someone got like a 1,000 hour? 64,110
second penalty.
Race. Oh no.
It is the Imola race.
Oh no. Oh no.
He sent me the starting sheet for the MLS,
Oh,
and I'm just
God.
like, oh my god, what did I miss?
Oh god, you missed a lot. You missed a lot. I can tell you that much.
Isaac legitimately looked to me and he's like, aren't you glad you started in track during the V-Track era and not the IVGTC era?
I mean, oh god, a lot of stuff happened back then. A lot.
A lot of lore that I had to play catch up on.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm still playing catch up. Like you at least, like with the clips and stuff, you've been around the racing VTuber scene for a bit to experience a lot of the lore. I'm playing catch up.
I mean, I've technically been there since like I think the second attempt on doing a racing league for VTubers. The first one ended in controversy. Then Trek came around with I think the VTuber Le Mans, and yeah, and then it all came together eventually. And I was actually there for the VTuber Le Mans, actually, even though I was shit, and technically I still am not really good.
I don't know, man. Sometimes you give me a run for my money.
I'm not too sure about that.
No. Are we gonna forget about Silverstone?
Fluke?
Fluke my ass. Dude, I literally like have to like get into your mind to get past you. Like you make it to where like I see you on track and I'm like, oh yes, there's my rival. It's Mentrix. Time to get into their mind so I can get past them. Like for real, like I see you on track and I'm like immediately like I have to get past Mentrix. That is my goal for the entire race now.
Yeah, if only I wouldn't like been it like a few laps later.
I mean, did you see my race at Watkins Glen today? I bend it literally on the first lap. And then I bend it on the lap right, like on my out lap, right after my pit.
Yeah, but the biggest problem I usually have is actually the consistency in times, and you know, usually it's stuff like apexes and shit, and I usually just lose time for no reason. At least as to why I'm doing stuff. I don't know what it is that I'm that is the problem, but like I just can't keep up with some other people in the same class, and I've been there since the beginning, and that is usually a little bit of a problem for me to really wrap my head around it, because I probably should be a lot more ahead, and I'm not, and that's a problem for me.
I mean, there's a lot of places where you're way faster than me, though.
Yeah, but
and even like the first, like not this season, but last season, like I was like struggling against you because you were just that much faster than me.
Yeah, but here's the thing. That's probably mostly my peak. Then that's the thing. I can't really improve.
You're not gonna pull a Jordan, are you? Retire, come back, retire, come back.
No. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Believe me, I had this discussion a few times already with a few people about maybe sitting out a year or two. Not a year. You know what I mean? A season or two. God damn it! God fucking Jesus Christ!
Mentrix retiring for a full year. What? The scoop here on Racing VTuber Rundown.
God damn it! God damn it!
No, I've had that thought. I've legitimately I was like, do I want to go in the next season?
That was back when it was still called IVGC or V-Track, and not VTuber GT. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Back then I had a talk with Fraps, and I was I was actually thinking of maybe sitting out like a season or two, because I really was not in the best spot, at least mentally. I really wasn't, and I really wasn't having any fun at this in that point, because yeah, it was like always being like last or doing some fuck up, you know. At some point, it's gonna get to someone, sadly.
Oh no,
Even
that
if
was
they're maybe saying that it's not.
no, that's legitimately like that was my thought earlier on in the TGT season this year. This season. God, now I'm doing it. Now I'm doing it. No, but like I think it was like after race 2, I had the same thought where I was like, do I even belong doing TGT right now? Do I just call it quits? Do I retire from TGT? Because I was consistently last. I was consistently making mistakes. So I've had the same thought process. And I think, I don't know if I want to do, like, you're the first person I'm saying this to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm going to do TGT next season. Like, it was fun. It was fun. It definitely put into perspective what the gap level is between like my experience in VTrack versus, you know, other drivers and like esports level drivers.
I mean, yeah, that definitely is a big difference. That is true. That is true.
So it's kind of put into perspective, and I had a lot of fun. I don't know if I'm gonna do it again next season.
Maybe I'll join you. Maybe I'll join you guys in TGT. Maybe next season. Who knows? Maybe I'll do that.
Maybe. I heard a rumor that you're also going to be switching cars.
I mean, it is true.
Okay, so the rumor's confirmed.
Yes.
Do you know which car?
At the moment, I'm actually going for the Lambo Evo 2.
Okay.
At the moment, because the original Lambo, I cannot drive that thing. It just, god damn it, that thing sucks. The Evo 2, however, it at least feels stable to me, and not too understeery. Because the original Lambo had exactly that problem, at least to me. I tried it at Monza and was like so goddamn slow with it.
but no Audi, right?
No, God, I did drive the Audi once. Actually, I did.
How did you find it?
I mean, not once. I drove it for like I think maybe one season of IC, I think. And let's say it like that. It back then it felt okay, but I think that was pre-patch.
Oh,
so
before it wanted to truly kill you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And especially I think it was the OG. It was the OG R8. So.
Oh, so not the Evo.
Yeah, not the Evo. The problem nowadays I would have with that thing is too much understeer. Way too much.
I find the Audi Evo is too oversteer, because it'll snap and spin on me whenever I like start on the throttle.
Again, that is the Evo. I meant the non Evo.
Yeah.
The 2050.
So both Audis try to kill you. Got it.
The one thing tries to spin you, the other thing tries to get you into the wall. I'm
looking at the I was debating between the 296, the Huracan Evo 2, and the NSX. I think I'm pretty much going to go for the NSX.
I see. I mean, if it works, why not?
Why not?
The thing is, I tried a lot of cars in the time I was in IVGTC, Vtuber GT, VTrack, you name it. It changed a lot. The name changed a lot over the years.
Here's a question for you, since you've competed in so many.
Yeah.
Which race format do you prefer? Did you prefer the sprint race format or the current format?
That's a good question. To be honest, I kind of like the sprint more, because technically, even like I know people may say that the strategic the strategic point of the 1 hour format would be interesting. The problem is, for me, it's almost useless usually. Because the race isn't long enough so that if you would crash or something, you probably wouldn't recover from that. Because most of the time, if you crash in ACC, it's it has it punishes you really harsh. If you crash, and yeah, that is it's how should I say it? And usually you have to actually have wait a lot for the repairs, a lot of time. About like 2, 3, 4 minutes sometimes. And if that happens, your race is certainly over. We'll have to see how this stuff will go in the finale of this season of VTrek.
Because go ahead. Sorry.
Because Nords will be very interesting.
Oh God!
Especially with how people will survive it, or if people will survive it.
I'll be honest with you. I'm half tempted to just not do well in qualifying. Just so I can survive.
Will crash,
Yeah, just so I can survive.
I mean, I will probably not do good in qualifying anyways. So I mean,
same.
So probably I don't even need to try to fail.
I mean, at least for me, right? I'll have an extra week, because for me this season's been tough because I've been having to alternate between TGT and VTrek. So literally, it's like if it's a TGT week, my practice is only on that track for TGT. Whereas like last season when I was only doing VTrek, it was like 2 weeks of practice. And I'll actually get that for Nords because I'll be out of town for the TGT race. My season ended the way it began, pretty much in last place.
I mean, happens.
I was
again. One perfect example of happenings back then on track. I think it was the how was it called again? The Super VT.
Oh yeah.
DTM versus GT3s. The problem back then was, for me especially, I just could not handle the car that I chose. I just could not. And then that circumvented to it all led up to the final race of that season in Suzuka, I think. The big problem that I had back then was again the handling of the car. It just was not working for me. I had a very good start. I was actually leading my class, that being GT3. The big problem was, like, I think in Sector 2, I got too hard on a curb and spun.
Oh, yeah. The classic too much curb.
Yes. I mean, it is how it is. I really wasn't happy about that moment. Usually when I crash, it's not really a good thing for me. Nowadays I usually can say, oh, it happened anyways. Back then, it really was not the case.
I still struggle with that, honestly.
It's like, at this point, I'm like, I mean, like 2 seasons ago, I really wasn't able to see that way, sadly. Nowadays, it's, yeah, whatever, it happened. Not a good feeling, but like, what can you do at this point?
It is what it is.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's the thing. Because as sad as it is, sometimes it's like, what's the point of, getting angry about it, It's just there's no point. That's really no point.
I feel like when you get angry at yourself, after making like a mistake or spinning or hitting a wall is when you start just snowballing into worse mistakes.
Yeah, that's exactly what is happening on my end usually.
It's healthier
because
if you just
I think about the mistake, the previous mistake, and then it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse.
Same. Like literally me at Watkins Glen, I spun. I spin and smack the wall for 38 seconds of damage out on my out lap. 2 laps later, I spin again because I'm still frustrated about that. I start going off track a lot. And it just spiraled. It spiraled so bad.
Yeah. That is true. It just keeps getting worse at this point. And that was mostly because I was feeding into that shit. And at this point, while I'm still probably not handling it the best, I at least think I'm handling it better than I was like a year or two ago, I think.
Improvements.
I certainly hope so, after 2 years.
Well, I mean, I think that's a healthy, like, a healthy improvement, like, is just mentally, you know? You hold on to, you start off, like, holding on to those mistakes, and it snowballs, and then you're eventually, it's like, well, I made a mistake. It is what it is. And you're able to, like, recover drive way better, like, letting go of that mistake after it happens. It's like, okay, well, I made that mistake. We'll just move past it.
The biggest thing is, will I be able to actually keep that up? Because I'm not sure how it will be on Nords, because, again...
I mean, it's called the Green Hell for a reason.
Yeah, definitely.
It's called
especially
the Green...
since, yeah.
Here's a question.
Yeah?
Since we're driving Nords at the end of the season, would you be more worried about it being dry or being wet?
Oh, good question. I would say...
Either way, it's terrifying.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
Either way, the Nords life is terrifying, but would you rather have to drive it in the dry or in the wet for V-Track?
To be honest, dry. At least that way I will at least get the breaking points right.
You know what? Honestly, same. Honestly, I'm so terrified of Nords. I legitimately am like mega terrified of Nords. I do not want to die at Nords. I can already imagine myself like bending the Aston and just flying.
Oh god.
Maybe if it were iRacing, I would go flying. At ACC, you don't really fly. I've noticed.
Yeah.
I don't know, unless you mess with the suspension like Miata can.
I mean, I've seen a few flips.
I've seen like screenshots from Hurricane, and I'm just like, how? It's literally that one scene from Top Gear. How, in the name of all of that is holy, did you manage to do that?
I mean, yeah, definitely. But yeah.
Here's a question for you. This is a deeper question.
Yeah.
We're doing some deep diving here.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
But how did you start into like how did you get into racing games?
Oh god, that's a good question. Mostly because I'm actually watching Formula 1 since 2003, I think.
Okay.
So yeah, a lot of time.
I can relate to that. Just instead of Formula 1, it was NASCAR for me.
I mean, different regions have different sports.
True. And like early 2000s was the peak of NASCAR era.
So yeah, it's usually just with Formula 1, it's just at this point, at least it's improved a little bit, I'd say, over like the early 20s, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's just...
I'll never afford to go to a Formula 1 race. It's just that I'll never be able to afford to go to a Formula One race in person.
I definitely wouldn't probably be able to do that as well because it's fucking expensive. Like, I think for like one person, 3,000 euros at least.
Oh God, no! Did you hear
with
about?
all.
Did you hear about how much like concession food, like the concessions cost at a Formula One
I
race?
don't want to know. I don't want to know, to be honest. I don't want to know.
I don't know the conversion, but it's like someone said that like for like concession food and drink was like $110.
Okay, yeah, no, fuck that. I'll stay with DTM at this point.
Oh God, what were we talking about again?
Good question.
I think we were talking about because I know we were talking about like getting into racing. You said Formula One, I said NASCAR.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said that
I remember,
and then I said that concessions cost like $110.
To be honest, at this point I'd rather visit a DTM race because I don't know if you've seen the BlueSky posts. Yeah, I did like a lot of recordings of the DTM race and the other
wait,
stuff.
yeah, I did see that.
And like it was so cool. I definitely will be there next year.
If there's any other like racing event that you could go to, which would you go to?
Oh God, that's a good question. That's a very good question. Because the big problem usually is that it's kind of that going to some events at least is expensive. Usually it's the small events that cost not that much, and these are usually the events I kind of want to go there. I rather want to go there, you know, because again it's not too expensive, and the racing is usually sometimes even better than on the big series, you know.
Right.
Because I don't know. I know I may get flagged for that, but like, I'll be honest, racing in Formula One at the moment is not the best. I'll say it. I said it. I'm sorry. I said it. I stand by what I said.
He said what he said.
I said what I said. Yes.
Downvote this man.
It's just I don't know. I'm not saying that everything was better in the past or some shit. I'm not saying that.
We're not some jaded boomers.
Nah. It's just I don't know. Maybe it's just me getting older. Maybe that is the problem. It's just I feel like at least sometimes I rather watch stuff like DTM at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. And I know it's also not the cleanest series in terms of racing, I know that, but like, God, robbing is racing sometimes. Come on, you know it's true.
I mean, as a NASCAR fan, you're not wrong. It depends on the series. Let me before I get like, that's not real racing. It depends on the contact. You can't just intentionally wreck a guy. I agree, that's not racing.
Yeah, definitely.
But like minor door banging or like the tap on the rear bumper, that's fine. That's racing.
I mean the calling wheel to wheel did come from somewhere.
Exactly. Like that's racing. You can't just like full speed into a guy, I don't think. No, that's not.
Definitely, that's okay. That is bullshit in any case. I mean,
yeah.
Come on, why? What the fuck?
Don't pull an Austin Dillon.
Or a Joey Logano.
Maybe Logano's kind of chilled out. I'm still not a big fan of Logano, but like he's gotten old.
I'm mostly talking about
rookie year Logano, definitely. Yeah,
I mean like 2015.
Oh yeah, no. 2015 Logano, absolutely. Yeah, that was just some that. I have some choice words about that for sure. I have some choice words about that season for sure.
Yeah.
But But like the little bit of like, oh, the bump and run, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes people are a bit I don't know. Maybe it's just social media, but like sometimes people are way too. I don't know how to say it. How to say it. People are sometimes a bit too. God, sometimes take stuff a bit too seriously, I'd say.
Yes.
Because like, especially the F1 elitists sometimes get on my nerves when I
God.
see them. I'll be honest. I'm sorry, but like, come on.
Oh
You have
no,
you have
same.
again like one good season, and you always what do you do? Oh, we cry about it.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Or
Oh, it's
you get the
it's
F1
always so
elitists that
annoying.
think that Formula 1 is the only motorsport in the world that deserves to be watched.
Yeah, that's also something that I don't like.
I've shared it on multiple episodes, but I'll say it again. That one dude that was like, "Oh, people are unironically watching IMSA instead of when is Formula 1 back?" I'm like, dude, Petit Le Mans. It's Petit Le Mans. Let us have this. Besides that, you know, IMSA's racing can be just as, if not more, entertaining than Formula 1 sometimes.
Yeah, and the thing is, I still don't really understand where this sentiment comes from. To be honest, I still don't understand it.
I mean, I kind of understand it. If it's like someone that's like a teenager, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was that kid. I was that kid. I was that kid with NASCAR. And then I got Gran Turismo 5 and I started falling in love. That's when the seed was planted for other like motorsports. Because I didn't know because you know, I'm from the southern United States. I did not know that there was anything outside of NASCAR.
I see.
Especially with my family. My family, it was always just NASCAR. So then I got Gran Turismo 5 and I started to the seed got planted of wait, people race other cars? There's something other than NASCAR? So I can kind of see that if you're like a kid or a teenager, you know?
I mean, I'll be honest now, I kind of did. The only thing I did watch as a kid actually was F1. I'll be honest about that. But the thing is, it wasn't because I thought other sports were shit. That was never the thought process behind that. It's just, I just didn't know any better.
Yeah.
It's mostly just, yeah, well, I mean, technically, I think I did watch one DTM race back then, I think on TV, but the problem was back then I just wasn't really interested because I'm not even sure myself because, like,
I know for I know for me that like part of it was like, wait, races are how long and the gap is how many seconds? We'll go back to NASCAR. But then I started actually getting into it, and then that's when I was like, okay, never mind. This is actually very, very entertaining. But what drives me crazy is the ones that are like fully grown adults that are saying this stuff like that tweet, and I'm like, you know for a fact IMSA exists. Why are you being so elitist about Formula 1? It's like, just stop. There's other motorsports.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't understand that. I just can't. Actually, I did watch some other sports back then. I think the Ferrari GT Challenge, I think it was called.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
God, I think that that thing back then was being shown on, I think, Motivision TV. I think.
Oh, see, we don't have that in the States, I don't think.
I see. It's just, I think I watched like a few races of that, and then after that didn't really follow through with it. I'm not even sure as to why, to be honest. I probably just forgot about it in the end. I'm not sure.
You know, And I think this is another problem of why I was stuck in just the NASCAR sphere until fairly recently. When I was growing up, it was literally NASCAR was on like Fox or NBC. And then you had the Speed Channel, which was other like racing stuff. But 9 times out of 10, when you turned on the Speed Channel, it was talking about NASCAR.
Mm.
I mean, you would get the occasional. If it wasn't NASCAR, it was drag racing, and I never could get into drag racing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not really my thing. Even though the one funny video that came out of the whole thing, not the big series and stuff, but the one meme where someone I don't know which car they used, but they outran a sports car.
Oh yeah.
It is funny. I give it that.
It's definitely funny. And it's like, and even then, I'm like, I never hated on drag racing. It's just not my thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't understand the sentiment to. Yeah, I don't watch this. It must be shit.
Yeah.
I just never understood that sentiment.
I never did either. And this is like, American football versus football, right? Or as we call it, soccer.
Yeah.
Soccer's horrible. It's so boring. For you, sure, but other people enjoy it.
The thing is, I do not watch either of them.
I mean, neither do I.
I just
threw that out as an example.
Found it appealing.
I just threw that out as an example just to see,
Yeah.
Because I don't watch either. I used to watch college American football, but that was a lifetime ago.
The thing is, I just feel like it's just nothing. To be honest, like soccer and American football, it's just nothing for me. To be honest, it's just not for me.
That's fair. I mean, that's perfectly fair.
The thing is, the one thing I don't like about it, I definitely do not like about it, are sometimes the fans.
Oh, definitely.
It's just the hooligans,
The hooligans.
Let's be honest about that.
Okay, but some of the chants that like the British crowds can make.
Oh no!
Brilliant.
Oh, no.
Some of the chants from the British fans are brilliant.
Oh god! Oh no!
We want our ball back.
Oh no!
Oh god. I'm gonna start asking this question. I forget if I started last episode or not. But this is a question I'm going to ask everyone now. And the fate of humanity rests on your answer.
Okay.
Cookies or waffles?
Waffles.
Waffles?
Waffles.
Okay. All right. Why waffles?
Because waffles.
Oh no. Okay, I have to tell you this. There's a So where I work, they have these boxes of these things, and I'm probably gonna butcher the name of this so bad, but it's like a stroopwafel. It's basically like a cookie, but it's a waffle, and it's filled with caramel.
Oh wait. Does it have sugar on top of it?
Not the one that I bought. Or not that I bought, my friend bought, because she gave me a box.
Let me. Wait.
I think I spelled it right.
Give me a second. Because I have one thing in my mind now, picture-wise.
Yeah. It's basically it's like a Dutch waffle cookie with caramel in it.
Like this?
Oh, no. Hold on.
Okay. Okay.
Let me find it. Let me send that to you real quick.
All right.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. It'll edit out in post, unless the editor decides to leave it in. But please don't leave it in, because it's, does not sound good.
Okay, let me see. I think I've seen that before, but I think I've never really eaten those, to be honest.
Dude, I've gotten so addicted to those.
Mm.
It's literally just that like Dutch waffle cookie thing with caramel in it, and you can either have it like have it unheated and just eat into it, and it's good. Or on the box on the back it says you can heat it over a cup of like hot coffee.
Hmm.
Dude, it's so good.
I mean, interesting. Maybe I should try it. Maybe.
If they have it where you are, I'd recommend. I know they won't have that specific brand because that's like a Walmart thing.
Walmart did exist in Germany, actually. It just doesn't nowadays.
I think I've heard that story.
Yeah, I think it actually technically it did exist until now, technically, though under a different name and having nothing to do with Walmart anymore.
Yeah,
because it was actually bought out.
It no longer has anything to do with Walmart.
Yeah, definitely.
To be fair, I feel like a lot of like American stores or brands don't do well overseas because they, overseas you can't really exploit the workers like you can over here in the US.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm correct, union stuff doesn't really work in the US, right? If I'm correct.
It depends where you live.
I see.
Yeah, it depends where you live because there's no like there's some federal protections about what like employee rights there are, but when it comes to like unions and stuff, that's left up to the states. So like where I live is an at-will state. So there's like nothing in terms of like unions.
I see. It
also depends on like what kind of industry you work in too.
Okay, because I just was curious. That's all. Just curious.
We're going off the rails. We're talking about some major stuff now.
Should we switch back?
What was the original focus of this podcast again? Oh, right, it's racing VTubers. Oh God. No, have you ever like oh gosh, what is I'm drawing a blank. I'm drawing a blank. Is there like a particular stream that you always find yourself seeing because for like the clips that you're like, oh yes, I know for a fact that this stream has a ton of clip worthy events that'll happen? Or is it just like randomly like, oh, I wonder who's in this category or who's in that category? Oh, they're doing this racing game. Let's see if we can make a clip.
I mean, usually it's just I have like the list that the 2 people that I followed, I'll say, hey, maybe I can clip some stuff. And yeah, only rarely I actually find new people.
I think you found me as a new person.
Could be. Could be. I don't really remember, to be honest.
We interact so much now that it's literally like I don't remember how you found me.
I don't remember how.
Do you remember? Oh, well, it's no longer September anymore, is it? Okay, well, never mind. That meme is dead. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
How does it feel whenever like you go and tweet something and some of the like the people in the racing VTuber community that you look up to like retweet your stuff?
Feels good.
Just feels good, doesn't elaborate.
Leave.
No, wait, don't leave. The episode's not over yet.
Not leaving. Don't worry.
But do you ever like get starstruck whenever that happens, or?
I mean, sure. It's just I mean, oh, how should I say it? It's a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one.
Yes. Yes. A surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. I think I quoted that right. Soul's gonna like yell at me whenever he's editing
Did you
this.
ever heard? Did you ever hear about the Legend of Sbinnala the Wise?
Oh man. Oh god. Is there a sneak peek into what to expect in the next episode of Racing VTuber Clips, by the way?
I mean, one thing that is to be expected is, well,
Other than a Sbinnala?
a bit more editing.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking of doing a bit like maybe 2 clips in one clip, in one like segment, you know?
Ooh. Oh, wait. I think I've seen a little sneak peek of it.
Yeah.
I've seen.
I think you did.
I've seen a little sneak peek. I'm teasing everyone because I have this insider info. See, this is what happens when you start to gain a when you start a podcast and you start like getting into the insides, like the inside information of everything going on. You get some insider information that you can say you have that you can't share yet.
Well, yeah.
I'm excited for it.
I mean, I'll see how long it takes till it's finished. It might take. Maybe it's finished next week. Maybe it will take like a few more weeks. I don't know.
What's the worst part of making an episode? Is it the rendering? Is it the editing itself or the rendering?
It's actually searching the clips.
Oh, okay, so it's step 1.
Yeah, it actually takes a lot of time actually finding the clips, and then the worst part about the editing is doing the actual subtitles.
Oh yeah. Which I think I would say that like when it comes to finding the clips, the that Google sheet that that Google request form that you have helps out with that, doesn't it?
It definitely does. It's just not everyone's who wants to be in there sends the clip. I still kind of have to search around sometimes.
Yeah, and I'm
used way more frequently than it was back when I first had it.
I'm still guilty. I'm still guilty of not really using it. That's why I've only ever been in 2 episodes.
Who knows? Maybe more next time. Who knows?
Maybe I might. You might see me as a voice cameo.
Maybe.
Oh god, no! I'm excited for it though. There was something that I was going to ask that was related on that, but I can't remember what. This is my brain is starting to like look at different shiny things. Like, oh, shiny thing. Oh, tangent. What was I talking about again? What was I going to ask? I don't know. Does that ever happen to you?
I mean, yeah, a lot of times actually.
Oh my gosh, I'll be on YouTube and I'll be like, I need to look for this, and then I'll go down the rabbit hole, and then suddenly I'm found like an old Brony video from 2015. Oh, I remember now. Eurobeat.
Ah, yes, Eurobeat.
How do you choose which Eurobeat goes into the videos?
Oh, I mean, the outro that was back, the outro song, I think that was decided, well, technically I did use it. I think that was actually one of the first songs that I actually did use for the outro, just a different segment of it. And at some point I thought, hey, that section sounds cool, let's do that, and then it just kept being used at this point, and I mean, I usually don't use that much Eurobeat at this point anymore, usually because, well, for me back then it was a bit lazy to do it. Because, yeah, I mean, the only thing that I did editing-wise with that was, Europe was like doing a screen shake and these the enemy stripes effects, you know.
Discord.
It was a bit lazy, I give it that. It was lazy.
But it was like the early days of the clips channel, so like forgivable.
Yeah.
Besides that, I still find it great. I still find it great.
It's just, I mean, even back then, the first few moments of when I first did the memes that actually made it happen, it took a bit of time. It still usually was, how should I say it, the spin that the like first of all back then when I did the memes, it was really only text to speech and actually just Binotto wreaking havoc around, you know. like like he's a little troll, you know. And yeah, it's amazing how it evolved to this.
I still love how like the transition between the text to speech to the voiceover.
I mean, it was...
So you had like the different VTubers with the phone, but it was still like that text to speech. And my favorite from that is still the with Reska. Pronto, Kaito. What do you want, Riska? I'm driving.
Yeah.
Also, how did you get this number? I love how the text to speech just said it was Riska. And I'm just like,
I mean, it is funny.
Oh god, I still can't believe that was only like 10 episodes ago.
Yeah, that is still not that long ago, actually.
It's not, but it's crazy because like even like compared to like then to now, I'm still blown away by like how much the videos have like evolved.
I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's just I thought, hey, let's do this, let's do that, maybe it will improve this the process, and yeah, I think it kind of did.
It's honestly refreshing too for like a clips channel, because a lot of clip channels that I've seen only stick with the one format and they never really like innovate. Meanwhile, you're over here just like, let me show you how it's done, how to innovate a clip channel.
I mean, technically I still do the same jokes every time. It's just a little, I just change it up a little bit.
Yeah, but you iterate on it. That's the important thing.
The delivery is just a little bit changed.
Exactly. But like, that's the thing. Like, other clip channels don't do that.
Yeah, but it's, I mean, at least nowadays it's actually being, you know, the memes are actually being embraced nowadays. At least I think they are.
I know the Sbinnala one is. I kind of gave you a shout out. I don't remember if I showed you this, but I gave you a shout out. Yeah. Yeah, for those that don't know, for the podcast, I also commentate for a for a different sim racing community on Tuesday nights at the moment. I don't know going into the future, but at the moment for this season, for their rookie season, for like their rookie series on Tuesday nights, I do commentary for them, and I gave a shout out to Mentrix because I used the term Sbinnala. Because Mentrix is the master spinner.
God damn it! Why did I actually use that word? God damn it! I shouldn't have done that in episode 30. God damn it!
It's so good though. I love it. Oh man, I love it. It's so good though.
It's like the double spin of truth, you know.
I love how that episode also had its own like mini story within it with you and Jojo.
Yes. Uh,
Because I saw it and I'm like, this is extremely clever and I love it.
yeah, it was like it was amazing. I mean, I did have some help from Jojo on that one, to be honest. I mean, he is very much involved into these videos since I think episode 12, if I'm correct.
Hmm.
And yeah, he helps a lot on the jokes, and because alone my if I would do this alone, my jokes probably wouldn't have really evolved since maybe episode 10, 11.
Here's a
So,
question.
yeah.
Is Jojo now the only one that's going to hold the phone?
We will have to see.
Now the goal is to steal the phone from Jojo. Got it. Jojo, if you're watching this, can I borrow the phone just real quick? I promise I'll give it back. I need to use the phone for like 2 seconds. Oh god, I don't want to keep you too long because I know it's late over there in Germany right now.
Yeah, it's 1 a.m. actually.
That reminds me of
My parents
recording.
went to sleep.
Yes, that reminds me of recording one episode, and it was with Psycho and Zul. It was like almost midnight for me. So I don't want to keep you too long. But where can everyone find you at? And also like what are some future things in the works for iMentrix Sanes?
Usually you guys can find me on Twitch, of course. Twitch.tv/iMentrix VT. I usually I stream there like when I feel like it. And I mean, of course, on the Racing Vtuber Clips channel, of course. And on Twitter and BlueSky. Oh yeah, and also on maybe, and sometimes I think we forgot something.
Oh no, what did we forget?
The wiki.
The wiki! Yes! Oh my gosh! Can we talk about that really, really quickly?
Yes,
Can we talk about that really quickly before we end the recording? Because like you've done so much for the racing VTuber community. You've done the clips, and now you've also started like recently you started up the racing VTuber wiki.
I mean, the thing is, I'm not even sure how I got the idea in the first place. I'm not even too sure. Probably because I saw other VTuber wikis, and thought, hey, maybe I could do this, because that is usually how stuff goes for me. I see, hey, this is cool. What if I do it, but with racing VTubers? That is usually how it goes.
That's usually how it goes for any project, but it works.
I mean, it did so far.
How many pages are on the wiki now?
Let me see. Let me quickly look. Racing.
I know that the podcast, I still need to put in the YouTube links for the episodes.
Okay, let me see. Racing
onto that page.
YouTube Encyclopedia Wiki 109.
100. Wow. Wow.
And to be honest, I only have like 2 in the Japanese community, so.
Oh, so there's still a lot to go.
A lot more. A lot of that. And I probably should include Kiri.
I was about to say, Kiri's still not on there.
It's mostly because I'm not sure how agencies are on that.
Fair. Maybe
I probably should.
Maybe send Kiri a quick message.
I can't. Her DMs are closed on Twitter.
Oh, dang it.
At least 2 people who she doesn't follow,
She doesn't follow you still?
Yeah, I guess.
I would have imagined that she would follow you at least.
I mean, I think she follows Diesel, I think. But yeah, maybe it will happen at some point. I don't know.
I'm sure at some point it will.
We will have to see. We will have to see at this point.
I have one other question.
Yes.
And then we can fully do the outro again. Because we did talk about the wiki finally.
Mm-hmm.
How does it feel to have something for the racing VTuber community, or I guess two things, that are like, one is like a must watch, and one is oh, I've made it because I'm on the racing VTuber wiki. Like, how does it feel when people say that about stuff that you've done? Like, oh yeah, this is a must watch if you're a racing VTuber. You must watch the racing VTuber clips.
I mean, it's interesting because back when I started the whole thing, I never expected it to go this far to this degree. And yeah, I mean, I'm happy that I can contribute to the community. And yeah, it's interesting. Let's say it like that. It's interesting.
Okay.
Because again, I never expected the clip channel to go to like, let's say, to explode like it did at this point. Back when it started, I maybe had like a year after it started, I had maybe like 50 subs on it. And then I had, of course, the whole the gap,
Mm-hmm.
and then after I started, it gradually like got higher, and then think as soon as people actually started reacting to it, which, by the way, please do. I love seeing like what people find funny. So please do it.
I know that's like one of the things is like, because I hear like I've talked to Akito, right? And like Akito's like, I unironically listen to every single podcast now, and I'm like, wait, really? He's like, and he was like, yeah, I listen to it on my way to work, and because I feel like you get a ton of interaction. I feel like, and like that's one of the things that I'm like, oh man, I wish because like I love hearing how people enjoy it. And like you saying that, like, please do react for the for the clips, because I genuinely love to see what people find interesting about the clips. That's me with like the podcast. I'm like genuinely, I'd love to hear like what people thought about the podcast episodes.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's, I mean, especially since, let's be honest, I technically use other people's content, so why should I be against people reacting to it?
That's one thing I don't understand from other clip channels too. They're like, oh, you can't
It's weird because they are using other people's content technically, you know, which really isn't a bad thing, mind you.
Right.
I mean, I do it as well.
And like clipping channels and clipping channels help other content creators grow that are on the clipping channels.
Yeah. The thing that I just don't understand then is, why are people so against the reacting to it? I don't really understand. Because again, is it really so weird to think that reactions actually can help on these type of things? Because technically, the thing that I'm trying to do is grow the community, not really grow the channel itself. That happens by accident. And it is a nice bonus, mind you, but it's not 100% the main goal. Let's say it like that. It's mostly helping the community itself grow, and that's why I even started the whole thing with helping with like doing the memes, the the clip channel and stuff. Because while I I had see the idea somewhere else, and thought, hey, it is cool. Of course, you always have something else, some thought behind it. Of course, For example, because I thought, hey, let's do it like that. It's, well, how do I say it? maybe it can help a little bit as well. So yeah, it's a I mean, technically every clip channel is like that, I think.
Hmm.
I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is that way. Because, you know, clips help the VTubers grow. So yeah, I think it can also help a community grow. Yeah. It sounds weird, I know.
No,
It sounds weird how I'm saying it.
I think that sounds pretty accurate though. I think that sounds pretty accurate.
Because the thing is, I know, for example, that my streams that I actually do aren't always the greatest. And to be honest, I don't think really my streams will catch on. Probably never really catch on. But maybe I can help others get to that point, you know?
Hmm.
And that's kind of what I'm trying to do.
Awesome. I think you do. I think you do a really good job, Mentrix, and I'm excited to see where the future goes because
I'm interested to see that as well. To be honest, I'll always be there and clip the shit out of stuff.
you'll always give the ominous Sbinnala in chat too.
Yes.
That ominous foreshadowing Sbinnala.
I mean, it works.
Don't write my name in the spin note when it's a league race, please.
You'll never know.
Oh man. All right. Thank you for coming on to the podcast, Mentrix. It's been awesome, and you're welcome back anytime.
Of course, anytime.
If you want, I'm maybe looking for a co-host, like a permanent co-host. If you want this position,
I mean, I'm not against it.
Mentrix, thank you so much for hopping on. This has been your one-stop pit stop for anything racing VTuber related. We'll be back with more racing VTuber rundown next time.